Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Shivani of Soothe, and Soothe Sessions. So thank you for checking out this video. So today I wanted to discuss what do you do if you have developmental concerns for your child. Okay, so that means if you're concerned that your child may not be speaking the way that they should be speaking at their age. They may not be moving, so you may have gross motor concerns. They're not walking, they're not crawling. If you have concerns for the fine motor skills, which is picking things up with their hands and putting blocks on top of each other. Also the cognitive skills, their problem solving ability or their ability to think and use their mind. There also may be social concerns. Your kids aren't playing with other kids, or they're not being very interactive with you. So I do want to let you know that those are major concerns that a lot of parents have, okay? But I wanted to just let you know two things that I suggest you don't do, okay? So the first thing, if you have any of these concerns, I do not want you to compare your kid with another kid. So if you already are afraid, oh my gosh, my child isn't walking, you shouldn't compare your kid to another kid that may be walking, even if they're the same age and different things like that. It may cause anxiety that's not needed. It may make you so fearful and so afraid, and it breeds things that it shouldn't, okay? So I would definitely suggest not to compare your kid. You don't know what experiences those children may have had. You don't know what they've been exposed to. You don't know if those children are just little geniuses and you're comparing your kid with a genius child. You just don't want to do it because it definitely it's not fair to your kid, okay? And it's not fair to you to kind of have all these assumptions that your child should be exactly like someone else, okay? So don't compare your kids, especially if you have those concerns about developmental milestones or developmental delays, okay? The second thing you should not do, okay? Listen very closely. Do not Google. Okay, if you Google anything about a developmental delay or developmental concern, you are going to see the worst of the worst. Okay, if you say, oh my gosh, my 12-month-old is not walking, they may diagnose her with some type of terminal illness. It's just not necessary. Okay, so don't Google. Please trust me when I say this. Do not Google developmental delays or anything like that, because a lot of times that's not the case for your child, okay? Your child is an individual, okay? So you don't want to Google, and Google is the same thing as like comparing your kid as well, okay? So the first thing that I do want you to do is focus on your child's strengths, okay? They may not be walking, but they may have really good fine motor skills, or they may not be talking, but they're able to point at a few things that they want. That's a start, and that's awesome, okay? So I want you to not look at your child like there's something wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. You're going to say, you know what, you may not be walking just yet, but you are an amazing child. You want to look at your child as a whole person and not just something is wrong with them in your mind, okay? So the second thing I want you to do is you can go online, and there's something called the ASQ. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but basically you would type in, it's called Ages and Stages Questionnaire, and you would type in your child's age. So what I did here is I typed in ASQ 18 months. So my son, my youngest, is 18 months. So this would allow me to do a small questionnaire. So they go over the different subject areas that are important, like the communication skills. They go over gross motor and fine motor. That's pretty important. And it'll say, yes, my child always does it, sometimes, or not yet. So it's a pretty simple little assessment that you can personally do on your own child. And if there are concerns that you notice from doing the ASQ, the next thing that I want you to do is schedule to meet with your pediatrician. Let the pediatrician know, look, I did this ASQ and I'm concerned about their communication skills. The pediatrician is a trained professional, so they would be able to look at your child and assess your child for any type of developmental delays, okay? So based on what your doctor says, you go from there, okay? So after your doctor's appointment, if you say, okay, he relieved a little bit of my stress, I'm just going to calm down and I'm going to drop the issue, or I'm no longer concerned about that, then that's perfect. But if you still feel like, even after that pediatrician appointment, I am still concerned about my child's development or developmental delay, you want to, now you can Google early intervention services. Okay, so most states, most areas have an early intervention service. So you would get interviewed, you would explain your concerns, you would then get tested, and you would get tested with maybe a speech therapist, physical therapist, maybe a mental health specialist. It would be a team of people that are trained to test your child at their level for any type of developmental delay. And from that point on, you would figure out what you would do. So if your child is developmentally delayed, they will provide you with services and resources to work on the problem. And then if your child is not, then you can take that assessment and you can say, at least I'm aware and I am positive that there is nothing wrong with my child and I'm okay. So those are the things that I think you should do if you are truly concerned that your child does have a developmental delay, and the few things that you shouldn't do if you are concerned that your child has a developmental delay. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this information was helpful to you, and if you have any concerns or any questions about developmental delays, or if you have your own question or your own concern, I can do a video about that as well. Just leave it in the comments and I will be sure to reply. So thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye.